Number 3 on SAT test number 3, doing questions 12 to 16. Oh, I copy pasted 12 in twice, but we'll get rid of that later. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so question number 12. In the quadratic equation above, a is a non-zero constant. The graph of the equation in the xy plane is a parabola with vertex CD. Which of the following is equal to D? So we're looking for the y value of the vertex. The best way to do this is to by completing the square. So what I always keep in mind whenever I complete the square is just repeat plus and minus half of b squared. So it'll be x squared. Oh, well, we'd have to expand this first. X minus 2 and x plus 4. So it'll be x squared plus 4x minus 2x. So it'll be plus 2x minus 8. Now we can complete the square. So it'll be x squared and then plus 1 plus half of b squared, and half of 2 is 1, squared is 1. So plus 1 minus half of b squared minus 1 minus 8. And then be a times x. And we just put the brackets around here, put the squared here. So it'll be x plus 1 squared minus 9. So we found the y value of the vertex because we put this into vertex form, but it's negative 9a because of the a coefficient over here. The equation 24x squared plus 25x minus 47 over ax minus 2 is equal to negative 8x minus 3 minus 53 over ax minus 2. Do not let the big word numbers and the long equation intimidate you, because this is actually in reality a very simple question. It's just trying to trick you into overthinking it. So we know that 24, like if we look at long division, we know that we'd have to put like this function here, and then why am I erasing? My bad. And then divided by ax minus 2, right? So this function here divided by ax minus 2 is equal to negative 8x minus 3 over minus 53 over ax minus 2. So we know that the first thing you would divide by is 24x squared. And if you actually look closely, 24x squared divided by ax would have to equal to negative 8x. So that would mean that a times negative 8 would have to equal to negative 24, which means that a has to equal to negative 3. What are the solutions to 3x squared plus 12x plus 6? Okay, let's just simplify this real quick. Divide everything by 3 just to make life easy for us. X squared plus 4x plus 3. Okay, why am I writing so terribly? Okay, the x squared plus 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. We can't just factor this. We have to use the quadratic formula. Is that what it's called? I forgot. It'd be just negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That equation. I forgot the name though. Okay, so negative b, so negative 4 plus or minus square root of 4 b squared, so 4 squared is 16 minus 4a, because x, the number in front of x squared is 1, c, which is 2, all over 2a, so it'll be negative 4 plus or minus square root of 8, 16 minus 8, over 2. We can factor the 8, square root of 8, be negative 4 plus or minus square root of 4 times 2 over 2 is equal to negative 4 plus or minus, pull the 4 out, so it'll be plus or minus 2 root 2 over 2. Well, now we can divide everything by the 2 in the denominator, so it'll be equal to negative 2 plus or minus negative 2 plus or minus square root of 2. So it's A. Okay, the equation above shows a temperature F measured in degrees Fahrenheit related to the temperature C measured in degrees Celsius. Based on the equation, which of the following must be true? So we have 3 conditions here. Okay, let's check condition number 1. A temperature increase of 1 degree Fahrenheit is equivalent to a temperature increase of 5/9 degrees Celsius. Well, let's just like do a couple cases here, all right? So if f is equal to 0, then you'd have 5 over 9 and negative 32, right? So that would be c. C would equal to 5 over 9 times negative 32. If f is equal to a temperature increase of 1 degrees Fahrenheit, so if f is equal to 1, then we 5 over 9 times 1 minus 32, right, we put a 1 here, 1 minus 32, which is negative 31, is equal to c. So we know that the difference between this and this is just a factor of 5 over 9. So 1 is true. So it's not 2 and it's not 3. I mean, it's not B and it's not C. Let's check if 2 is right. A temperature increase of 1 degree Celsius is equivalent to a Fahrenheit temperature increase of 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's do cases again. So let's do, so if C is equal to 0, so it'd be 0 is equal to 5 over 9 times f minus 32. We can get rid of 5 over 9, so the f minus 32 is equal to 5 over 9. So that would mean f is equal to, f of minus 32 is equal to 0. So f would equal to 32, right? That's what happens if c is equal to 0. Now if c is equal to 1, because we're talking about 1 degree Celsius increase, so it'll be 1 is equal to 9 over 5 times f minus 32. Now we can multiply the 5 over and divide the 9 over. So it'll be 5, wait. Isn't it 5 over 9? Yeah, it is 5 over 9. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 5 over 9, not 9 over 5. So if it's 5 over 9 times f minus 32, so multiply the 9 over and divide the 5 down. So it'll be 9 over 5 is equal to f minus 32, which means f is equal to 30. F is equal to 32 plus 9 over 5. So yes, there is an increase of 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit. I guess you would unplug my tablet. I guess you would have to know that 9 over 5 is equal to 1.8, but you know that 10 over 5 is equal to 2. So 9 over 5 would be like a little bit less than 2, so it's 1.8. If this, I mean, if you could do this with a calculator, but that's not allowed. So the answer choice is D. Last question, question number 16. We're not doing question number 12 again. So I just imported the wrong question. So let's just pretend 12 never existed. There we go. Okay, so if x is bigger than 0, what is one possible solution to the equation above? Alright, looking at this, we can factor 1x out of this. So it'll be x squared times x squared minus 5 is equal to negative 4. Now, here's the thing, guys. You got to be careful here. It says if x is bigger than 0. It's easy to just plug in 0 and move on to the next question because like 0 is a possible solution, but here it says if x is bigger than 0. So you guys don't forget to read the questions thoroughly because there could always be something to kind of throw you off. So yeah, just be careful. Okay, so x squared times x squared minus 5 equals to negative 4. Okay, now looking at this, it might seem a little difficult to factor. Like, how am I supposed to factor a polynomial that has the 4th degree? Well, it's actually, if you think about it a little bit, you can see that if you actually expand this and then bring the 4 over, let's do that. X power 4 minus 5x squared plus 4 is equal to 0. You can see that we can factor this. Like, this becomes x squared minus 4 times x squared minus 1, which is equal to that, right? So possible solution, x squared has to equal to 4, so x is equal to 2, that's 1. Or x squared has to equal to 1, or x is equal to 1, that's 2. These are one, so just pick one of the two and roll with it. That's it. 1 or 2. Okay, that's questions 12 to 16. I hope you enjoyed.